Well, good morning, Winning Ways fans. And as we normally do every month, we do a video update on the last month's racing and on exactly what's going on with Counterpass Goodies. So, Counterpass Goodies made a very nice profit last month. And as a result, we've made a profit of over 100,000 since we've been going, which is not bad for a return of an investment of 18,000 Rand. So we'll get into that just now. Let's chat about what has happened in racing in the last month. Well, the big news was the Jockey Strike. There was a Jockey Strike at Kenilworth, and it all came about through Grant van Niekerk having his say on national television and international television about how depressed and upset he was with the state of South African racing, and that they were picking on him basically, and that he's a really nice guy and he shouldn't really have any of these problems foisted on him. Well, you know what? They say in life, you make your bed, you lie in it. Grant van Niekerk's record, not squeaky clean. So he has no right to go on television and shout his mouth off about how bad he feels about the racing industry, because he got a big fine for supposed interference in a very, very big race, 5 million Rand race. And who knows what the ins and outs of his case are. That will all come to light, I suppose, later when the records all become made available. But he then went on TV and said his piece, and all of that we can accept. Okay, you say your piece, but then you don't walk into the jockey room, and because you're immediately suspended by the NHRA and set up a strike. The jockeys were wrong; they shouldn't have done it. And as a result, there's all types of ramifications for racing. Mainly, a huge amount of money is lost. And you put owners, trainers in a bad light in South Africa, and cost them money and time and effort and everything that goes into preparing a racehorse for a race. So, most disappointing, the whole saga. And I do believe that the whole thing will end up being sorted out. Jockeys are not a law unto themselves. They're paid 1,000 Rand a ride, every single ride, and in Cape Town apparently get an extra 250 Rand a ride. They travel all over South Africa. They make out that they're really hard done by. In my opinion, no jockeys are hard done by. In fact, it's a cartel in this country, because they all come from the academy, and try and get an overseas jockey to come and ride here. We've known some that have come. Willie Figueroa was probably the most successful of all of them. But the jockeys don't like overseas jockeys coming riding here. And certainly George Duffield said something in his book about coming to ride here. He came to ride here for me for 6 months. And that was in the off season. And it might have been 3 months. But anyway, he was here for a considerable time. And he had a really hard time in the jockey room. And he said so in his book, which was quite interesting. And it really has lived with me forever, because I thought that it's very unfair. In the rest of the world, everyone goes and rides in the jockey room and in races, and are certainly looked at as equals. And we probably need 8 or 10 jockeys from overseas to come over here and ride. Middle of the road jockeys, they'll certainly ride better than a lot of the jockeys that ride here, or certainly a number of them, and would make a very good living here. But South Africa is not an easy place to live. Anyway, let's go and have a look at Counterpass Goodies for the month. We made a profit of 13,400 Rand, and we have it all on the sheet, which I'm going to show you now. I'm putting up the sheet now, and I want you to look at the sheet because it's very interesting. Horses that won their next start: Arctic Silver ran a shocker. Should never ever have lost. He won, but he didn't win. He lost his weight cloth. Okay, I don't know if he would have won, but anyway, Arctic Silver was the first one. That was on the 12th at Turfentine. The next one, which was shocking to me, was One Tiger on the 19th at Turfentine. This came out of Doddeldem during the week. There was apparently a bilateral nasal discharge from his first run, and certainly in my preview, my podcast that I do for Turfentine and KwaZulu-Natal Racing, I pointed that out. King Harold ran a shocker, a really, really bad race. This horse ran stone last, as did Ginger Jam. So some horses that look really good going down to the start just run no type of race at all. One Scotch was another, was the last horse we tipped in the month. He got beaten by a stable companion who paid 16 Rand a win. And Laff, I'm certain, was quite confident with One Scotch and certainly not very confident with the horse that won the race, Mr. Nibbles. I listened to his previews. Anyway, the other point that I need to point out to you is that this schedule is done on tote payouts, finalized tote payouts. So let's look at a filly like it's ethical. It's 5-6 to 1. On the exchanges, you could have got even money or 19 to 20 about a place for her to run in the first three. She paid 1 Rand 10. And that is pathetic on the tote. So you're actually losing about whatever it is, a lot of money. Anyway, the next one was Cape Saffron. This paid 6 to 10 on the tote, and even no money on the place that paid 1 Rand, so you got your 1 Rand back. Cape Saffron was at any time trading on with the bookmakers at odds against, and only right at the death did you go into probably a 9 to 10. But you get 6 to 10 on the tote and no money on the thing. And the other one that really is important was Crofty, which I really liked this horse. I thought he was an absolute certainty. There was a big hold up at the start because of the ambulance not being there. This seems to be quite a common occurrence. And he paid 15 to 10 Crofty, and 5 to 10 a place. Well, he was never even favourite. Right at the death, he might have been favourite. But anyway, that just shows you, illustrates to you how much you're losing if you're betting on the tote on my tips. If you're betting with the bookmakers, when my tips come through, you're probably gaining 20 to 30%. So I'm looking at my people making 20 to 30% more money than actually the schedule shows. But I must be one of the very few, or the only tipster, paid tipster, who is prepared to put up a schedule showing every single month how much we win and lose. And as you can see, from the schedules over the last 9 months, we made approximately 100,000 Rand. It's 100,000 and a few cents. And you would have paid 2,000 a month to be a member of my group. It's a restricted membership. I do not have 100 or 50 or even 20 members on my group, and we are looking to get a couple new memberships in. We are open for new memberships, and if you would like to apply, and you just send us an email to the email that follows, or a WhatsApp, or just let us know by a phone call, and we will send you the application form where you apply. You then get accepted if there are spaces available, and if you're not accepted, like some people weren't last month, they were put on a wait list and were accepted this month. When people come on and people go off, it's the nature of the beast. Even if you're winning a lot, I've got a couple of clients in Australia who find it very difficult to bet in Australia, and all over the world, actually, funny enough. Quite interesting. So, as I say, if you'd like to apply to subscribe, we will send you all the information. You fill in all your information, and then we give you the bank details if we have a spot. So, from me, James Goodman, to all the Counterpass goodies and the Winning Ways fans, I hope you have a great month's racing. Remember, we're going into the KwaZulu-Natal season, which is always fun. And there's always opportunities here because you have visiting trainers. You have a lot of top riders. Riders make a big difference. When you get good riders all riding in a race meeting, you tend to get some very good results, and you tend to be able to find winners on that race meeting. So, looking forward to being of a service for the next month. Have a good one, and I will be back next month.